thinking about war a lot. Um, and as like a super, like, yeah, Scorpio and tropical, but all that Libra and Vedic. Libra is all about relationships. I'm fascinated by relationships of all kinds. Of course, romantic, but platonic and casual, business, acquaintance, all types and forms of relationships and relating, I think, is really beautiful and fascinating. How people can connect and how they can work together fascinates me. That's a realm of Venus, right? Like, the ways we relate to others, how we hold relationship with others, and our value systems. Big, all Venusian themes, really. It's a very Venusian seeming war, as wild as that may sound, because Venus does have a side of war. So, yeah. I've been trying my best to like fathom the benefits of war, if there are any. I'm always trying to find the silver lining, or like a needle in a haystack, even if there isn't one. I'm still gonna look. Because that's like just something I can do that's progressive for the time, and hopefully put people on a kick wave mindset of something a little more less doom and gloom and more like positively working out of this phase of time, because it's a phase of time and it's gonna end, it's gonna shift, but we're all low-key a part of it, all of us. The energy we feed to where, to whom, to why those causes are, that stuff all matters. Our energy, our attention, our money, where we're funneling those things really matter. So I've been really thinking, like, what are some goodies that war brings us? It's taken a while. It's taken a while. But I guess some things that have been coming into the scope as far as like war and opposing sides go is learning to appreciate difference, learning about the opposing end and the opposing side or the opposition, right? And really trying to learn and gauge from their point of view. Removing that like egomania that like both sides usually have, and like creating a third way, more peaceful, like understanding what each side's really hollering all about, And also just like really pushing in new ways, because usually wars come in when like something new wants to come in, and the old is like, nah, we're not doing that, we're not cool with that, so we're gonna fight for our old ways to be preserved. This form of stuff is happening like all over the world, and yes, some things and traditions need to die out and go for the reason of living in a better way, a more wholesome way, a healthier way. But other things can stay, and I think that's where things need to really be deeply grounded in and understood, is like, are we trying to dominate and control just to dominate and control, or are we really, being respectful of all life, and, creating ways that are beneficial for all beings, not just some, or a small portion, or, a secret group of people. Yeah, like the purpose of what is doing that fully. And then, definitely how to be more compassionate, and like how to bring in more compassion for all beings, especially the self. And also to look at my own inner wars and inner conflicts. We're all very different. Really, since 2020, all of us are so different. All of us are so different since these conflicts have began in the war, in the world, 11/11 right now. And it's time for peace to be made amongst all sides and for all of us to listen to each other. Really listen to listen and digest information, not listening just to respond and preparing a response the whole time you're supposed to be listening, you know? Really learning about all the opposing sides and, you know, where even our own faults within the warring timelines and conscious streams and infections of programming have really seeded and rooted. A big part of it has been colonialism and rooting down that colonialism and really getting deep into the DNA of all of us and our souls even, and you know, where we have been slave and where we have been colonizer, and some of us have had these as one than the other. Some of us have had, so it's really all about finding that happy medium. Where's the happy medium within all the conflict? You know, observing our relationships, the ways we relate to others, and the ways we relate to ourselves. And especially Venusian theme, just in general, how we relate to those that we don't really like. Because we may think like, oh, that person is not relatable at all whatsoever. But is that true? Are we that different? Or just is it thinking that makes it so? You know, some people are super different, but they still have similarities and they relate some way. It's about like relating. It's really what it comes down to is, how do I be peacefully relating to a person that I don't really fancy, or I don't really get along with them that well? I don't really see eye to eye with them. I don't even really respect them that much. So how do I relate to that person? Oh, we can agree to disagree and walk our separate ways. That's a way of relating. We relate in the ways that we don't want to mess around or fuck with each other. Okay? It's like something a lot of us, that I've been realizing, at least anyways, is a lot of humans suck at relating. They suck at relationships. They suck at it. Whether it's like platonic, romantic, family-oriented relationships, humans just really are very infantile with relationships. And it's like, holy crap. How are we ever gonna like not have any war in this world if our relating skills suck so bad? How are we ever going to be able to see eye to eye with any opposing side at any point in time if our relating skills suck so bad? And I'm not talking to the autistic folks and the folks that have social things going on. Okay, y'all can't really help it. You can learn. There's ways to learn and grow out of it. It's like a muscle that needs to be flexed, you know. I'm still always going to be super awkward in one way, shape, or form because that's just who I am. Wouldn't be me without that, or pretending that that part of me doesn't exist. But y'all, yeah, during a war, you can war too. You can go out and crash out with them. Or you can really like find the silver lining. Like, what good is actually this doing? Oh, it's actually making me stick up for myself. Cool. It's making me like pick a side and like stop. I'm not going to be lukewarm. I'm going to actually stand up for what I believe in. I'm going to find others like me. I'm going to find my tribe. I'm going to find who isn't my tribe. You know, I'm going to see people's true colors. So as much heaviness, like this sucks, but this is like that climbing up of the mountain, y'all. This is that tropical astrology, all that Aries energy we got going on in tropical. But please keep in mind, in True Sky Vedic, it's all Pisces. All that Aries goes to Pisces. So keep it chill. Don't crash out too hard. Like, remember that Piscean energy too, like endings, beginnings. Okay. It's okay to go slow, and not all of this is going to feel super linear because we're literally quantum leaping so much so fast, especially lately. So how do we make wars work for us without hurting anyone? No death.